Rob Whittaker came out and said he's training himself to death at the moment.
To the f***ing death! To the f***ing death! Yes!
Is it a mistake with the fight against Paulo Costa coming up at UFC 298 in Anaheim? Let me tell you in this video, guys. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Assalamu alaikum, Dagestan.
So our beloved Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whittaker, was on the Ariel Helwani show, and he, in the interview, talked about getting a child again, I think his 5th child, and having a training camp with a newborn. That was the first thing that got me a little bit worried, because he openly said, yeah, it's definitely one of the tougher training camps I ever had, because I'm literally going from the hospital to the training, to sparring, and then back to the hospital because of his newborn child. Which is not optimal circumstances ahead of a fight and to train. It's just not optimal. You should go home, you should eat good, sleep, and relax, and you know what I mean? That's pretty important. The rest is as important as the training. And him even admitting that it's tough like that is not something I like to hear. It's concerning me a little bit if a guy like Robert Whittaker admits something like that. And he then also mentioned several times, but one time he really said it in a special manner. He said, I am training myself to death for this fight.
And I'm preparing for a war, for 15 minutes of violence. So in saying that, I'm training myself to death.
Oh, wow.
I'm coming in ready, mate.
And he meant that, as far as I remember, in regards to like, yeah, against DDP, it didn't go his way. He maybe didn't train as much as he should have, and he had some injuries that I think he didn't want to talk about and whatever. And he's training himself to death for this fight, because this fight obviously is very important for him. If he loses this fight, he's losing 2 fights in a row, which can kill his title picture forever. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty hard to recover from 2 back-to-back losses, especially Paulo Costa. Normally, if you lose against Paulo, you get knocked out or TKO. Getting TKO 2 times back-to-back, it's not the best for your career, and Robert Whittaker is not the very youngest anymore. So I understand the worry from him. I understand that, hey, I just got finished for the first time since I think 2017. I need to change something. I can't, like, that can't happen again. You have a fury inside of you, and you try everything to be as prepared as you can, but sometimes doing that can come out even worse for you, because overtraining is a thing. Being overtrained is a real thing. There have been several examples of fighters who came in overtrained and then just couldn't perform to a full extent. And there's many fighters that still claim, I'd rather be undertrained than overtrained. And that's real, it's a real thing. And what also comes with training yourself to death is injuries, obviously. Whittaker had his fair share of injuries. He said he goes into barely every fight injured. I think he said that on the Helwani show, not quote to quote, but something along this lines, that he always has injuries going into a fight. That's pretty normal. But if you're already pretty, let's say, easy to injure and you train yourself to death, and Whittaker's not a guy who mentioned that if he wouldn't mean it.
I know he mean it!
The risk of getting injured, and Whittaker's not a guy who pulls out.
That's what she said!
It's just, there's so much risk of overtraining, of getting injured, and ahead of a fight against a powerful dude like Paulo Costa, if he even shows up. But
show up, skinny boy, let's fight, I'm ready.
Against a powerful dude like Paulo Costa, that is not something you want to do. You want to be smart with your approach. You don't want to train emotionally and say, hey, I'm so angry I lost, I have to get this one back, this is lose or win or die for me. And then let that, you know what I mean, let those emotions lead your training camp. That's really not smart and not good at all. So I hope he was just over-exaggerating there and didn't really mean it, even though I think he means it the way I know Bobby Knuckles. But I hope he didn't mean it. I hope the birth of his child doesn't impact him too bad in his training camp, even though I love Paulo Costa, so I would not be sad if Paulo Costa wins that fight, by not at all. But I would love to see the best version of Bobby Knuckles at UFC 298. So what is your opinion on that? Is he just capping? Is he just trying to make Paulo feel more comfortable? Whatever. Write your opinions in the comments, guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, would appreciate that. Buy the Bloodsport merch. Stay bloody, you guys, and until the next one. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.